Going to list your home, there are 2 rooms that you can spruce up, modernize, or even just remodel in order to get more bang for your buck when you list your home. And that is the bathroom and the kitchen. Now, you're going to need money to do this sometimes. And we went over the home equity loan and the home equity line of credit in our first 2 parts of getting money from your home. The next one is going to be what we go over today. Real estate tips from Team Ruggles, Atlanta Communities, Cartersville, Georgia. We work out of the brokerage of Atlanta Communities here in Cartersville. And what we're going over today is the cash out refinance. All right. What is it? How it works, the caps, qualifications, risks, taxes, and how to apply. All right, so it's basically a new, larger first mortgage. It pays off your old mortgage, and it adds on what you want, and that just makes it a whole one new mortgage. All right, you get the difference at closing. So reset your rate and term, payments based on the new balance rate and chosen term, 15, 30 years, whatever you do choose. Funds can be used for qualified improvements on your home and other purposes for the home. All right. So how does it work? So you're going to replace your existing loan. It's gone. It's paid off. So the new first mortgage is paid off the old one. Extra proceeds go to you at closing. So that's the cash that you're wanting to draw out in order to make these upgrades. So rate and term options, fixed or ARM, common terms, 15 or 30 years. You may pay points for a lower rate. You can always do that when you go to a lender. You can pay points. They're usually 1% of the loan in order to get better interest rate. Closing costs, you're going to have your whole thing. We had a separate presentation on closing costs. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can see those videos on the real estate playlist. Closing cost, appraisal, title, recording, origination sometimes can be offset by lender credits, or it can be rolled into the new loan. Okay, so you can do that as well. Now, with this one, the cash out, you basically might be staying in the home, not selling it. The first 2 were, if you're going to sell it, these are things that you probably are going to want to use: the home equity loan and, of course, the home equity line of credit. This one, if you're going to plan on staying in the home, this is a pretty good one to get. All right. So how much can you borrow? You still got to do all the other things as far as your as far as your caps, all right, and your loan to value, all right. So conventional, Fannie and Freddie, primary residence, 1 unit, typically up to 80% cash out, all right. You're going to meet that. What does that mean? That means that basically, if you calculate in the money you want, the new mortgage to pay off the old mortgage, and any other liens that you might have on the home, you can't go over that 80%. All right. Cash out for the VA is up to 100%. It's allowed by the VA in some cases, but many lenders cap at 90 for a VA. And the VA rules include net tangible benefits and other safeguards. Investments, second homes, and multi-unit properties usually have the lower caps. All right. So, moving on to your qualifications in underwriting. So the lender, the equity and LTV within the program limits. All right. So it's within the limit. Credit score, debt to income, payment history, same things that you're going to have on any type of loan. Stable documentable income, acceptable reserves per program, satisfactory appraisal to confirm current market value. All right, so You're going to have to, what the money that you want out of it, plus the mortgage is going to have to be able to appraise for that. Occupancy and property type, primary versus second home versus the investment, affect the terms. Okay? Costs and comparing offers. Closing costs, appraisal, title recording, origination, and any points. Points versus credits. Pay points to lower the rate. Take the lender credits to reduce upfront cost. Compare APRs and total cash to close, not just the rate. So annual percentage rate as well you need to look at. Run a break even if lowering payment. Total cost divided by monthly savings. Months to recover your costs. Ask about rate lock length, extension fees, and float down options if offered. And those things can be discussed with your lender, all right, at that time. And you want to probably see 2 or 3 lenders and compare them and make sure you're getting the best opportunity available. So, taxes. Interest on the cash out portion is generally deductible only if used to buy, build, or substantially improve the home securing the loan. All right, so it has to be the home you're securing the loan with. You must itemize to deduct mortgage interest, personal uses, debt payoff, tuition are typically not deductible, just like in the other two. The home equity loan and, of course, the HELOC, the line of credit. Keep detailed records. You always want to keep records, receipts, so forth. And tax law can change, so confirm current rules with a tax professional. Always want to keep them in the loop. Of course, you might want tax lawyer as well. All right, some type of lawyer that you can turn to for questions, but usually tax professionals can do that. So key risks to weigh: resetting the clock. You're now getting a new mortgage, so now all those years you paid off into 30 are gone and you're back to your 30-year term. That can increase the interest over time and actually paying more than what you've loaned. All right, you got the loan for. Rate trade-off. If your current rate is very low, all right, replacing it at a higher rate can be costly. So if you do have a very low rate, your home equity loan or your HELOC, your line of credit, are better choices than this. Higher balance, higher LTV increases leverage and can reduce future flexibility. And program overlays, lenders may set stricter caps than the base guidelines, especially on your cash out. So on the VA cash out, conventional cash out it is at or lower than 80%, typically avoids PMI, but you need to verify you don't have to have that insurance. All right. When does this make sense? You want one fixed payment at a competitive rate, and you plan on staying in the home a little bit longer to justify your costs of remodeling or what you're doing, repairing, and so forth. You're funding major improvements that add value and may preserve interest deductibility. You can clear high-rate debts and still meet program tests, especially with the VA, after confirming long-term costs. Your current first mortgage rate isn't significantly better than what you can get now. All right? Yeah, you really don't want to change. Like I said, your HELOC or your home equity loan would be good if you do have a first mortgage low interest rate. So here's the 3 that we have gone over. All right, today we're going over the cash out refinance. And again, like I said, if you're getting value out of this, go to my YouTube page and you can click on subscribe, and you can go to my playlist for real estate videos, and it will explain the other 2 as well as some other concerns you might have in the real estate market. So how to shop and apply. So estimate new LTV and run a quick break-even payment. Get at least 3 quotes. All right, we've talked about 3 lenders. Apply and provide documents. You're going to need all that information that you would for any type of loan that you have. Expect an appraisal and respond quickly to the lender conditions, and close old loan is paid off. You receive cash and your new payment starts the next month. Okay? So we've had this one before and the other two. Basically, this is how you're going to estimate the percentage that you're at with your cap. All right? And of course, your lender can do that for you when you go to visit them and talk about it. Same thing with the break even. They can help you with that. And of course, we've been over this. It's been on our other presentations as well. You got to really look at what this lender is offering you, the services that they can give you, any credits, any type of points, lender, the better rates that they might be able to get you. All right. So always check with the lender on those things. All right. So that you don't come up with some surprises. So, final tips. If your current rate is much lower than today's comparable rate, then you need a home equity loan or a home equity line of credit. We talked about that to avoid resetting your interest rate being higher. That in the long run will make you pay more money. So document qualified improvement, uses for potential interest deductibility, keep the receipts, keep total LTV conservative to preserve flexibility and reduce risks. Shop at least 3 lenders and request written estimates for an apples to apples comparison. All right. And hopefully you got some good information from this. If you have any questions, you can feel free to put it in the comments. We're Team Ruggles, my wife Kim and myself Eric. We're with Atlanta Communities. We're serving Bartow, Floyd, and Gordon counties in Georgia. The number at the office is 770-240-2000, and it can connect you to either Kim or myself, Eric Ruggles, for information. So, hope you learned something. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. You can get into my playlist and see other videos. Thank you.